Hi, Greg from Trump Trader. Today is November the 4th. I just wanted to talk about news and major news releases and how it affects the market. Today we had a major news release at 1:15 Central, and it was the Fed rate and the FOMC announcement. So there was a kind of two things there that they were releasing as far as news and announcements. Um, Even though that the Fed rate was unchanged, it's still an excuse to move and move the market and make some money for the big players out there. And that's the big players are the institutions and the commercial players out there that have significant funds. So basically, what happened, the market sort of anticipated that move. So I'm going to zoom into the 5 minute here. We were looking at the hourly. And this candle right here, this long one, was the time that the announcement was released. And this was 1:15 Central. You can see two candles before that, specifically this green one, approximately um, 5 minutes before the news announcement was released to the public. There was this big jump. And this kind of gave you a sign, okay, that there was already big market movers that have received that news. So what does that tell you? That tells you that unless you're a big institution, you'll never get the news first. And that's not necessarily a bad thing because the news is always displayed in the technical charts as it was here. So when I saw this green bar in the 5 minute, I suspected that the players knew, the big players, the big institutions knew what the Fed rate was, and it was unchanged. Even though it was unchanged, it still was an excuse to move the market and to create a lot of emotion, and that's exactly what it did. So I longed at the next candle, and I took about a 30 pip win there, which I was happy with. Just you have to be very wary and accept that you could lose on these news trades, and you don't necessarily have to take them. It's just something that it's good to know how they work. And it's just basically an excuse for these big players to make a lot of money in a short period of time. So they push the prices really high or really low, and it creates a lot of emotion among large and small traders. And people panic, and the emotions take control. People lose money, and other people make money. So as long as you understand how it moves and how it works, you either can stay out of it or you can actually benefit from it, depending on what's your risk appetite. So basically what the market does is it sets itself up for these news releases, and I was expecting one earlier today, and it didn't quite turn out, and it just turned out the fact that it was just setting itself up for um, an afternoon market move, which it did here. There's a lot of candle movement here in a short period of time, and these are the 5 minutes. So um, I didn't mind my long. The market was on its way up, and across other pairs that the U.S. lost ground. So not necessarily a bad thing. You have to understand how to use it to your knowledge or to your advantage if you want. Um, like I said, how it works is the big players, they set the price up so that they can benefit from large moves in a short period of time, and it may not even necessarily reflect what the news is. For example, a couple days ago, the news came out and it was positive for the U.S., but it went positive towards the euro, and that was a case where it was just an excuse for them to make money, or to push it to a certain way, or to move the price to a certain direction. And today, same thing. It wasn't a negative news release. It was just a major news release, and it was just an excuse to move the market to however they saw fit. So you have to look at the market objectively, and if you can do that, you can make money. You just cannot think like the crowd. If you think like a crowd, you're going to lose out, and you're not going to see the opportunities that are available to you. Now, there's two downsides to trading the news. One is that your order may not get filled at the price that you asked, and not only that, there may be delay, and not only that, there's going to be a spread increase. So you have to be willing to accept those three things um, going against you. So just to note that. Um, Anyways, I just wanted to talk briefly about how news works, and what happened today, and I hope that you can benefit from it. Thanks.